What do you think the outcome gonna be to come out of this here, man?
Oh, I think one, the NBA, we've already seen it. They're taking a ratings hit. They're taking a huge ratings hit. Two, reports are gambling is down tremendously after the news has come out because people don't trust the system all of a sudden. Now everybody's coming out with reels of this player's tanking or that player's tanking. Now you got to go through and reinvestigate if all of this or any of this true. Because now, let's say you see a guy in Trash Time. I saw a clip to where it was Malik Beasley, right? Down 9, cover 7.5. There's 2 seconds left. The game's over. You're not making up 9 points with 2 seconds left. He gets the rebound off the free throw and flies. I mean, flies to the basket. Nobody stops him. Gets the bucket. Gets the hook by 7.5. Goes from cover on one side to literally the underdog covering at home. Now, is that just him getting the trash bucket because he wants to pad load his stat line? Or is there other ulterior motives that we don't know about because maybe he contacted his friend who contacted his friend, because that's how that works, right? It's the network. It's not the individual, it's the network himself. So if we're getting the network pieces all together, well then, this guy, if they're taking me down, I'm going to take my boy down with them because he's just as guilty as me. So I want to see where this transpires.
Okay. Man, I think the commissioner, I think next season we will have another NBA commissioner.
It's time for Adam Silver to go.
Because if there was David Stern, it will never happen.
It's not just the David Stern thing. No. Because David Stern, you know what I mean, when those things were coming out about Jordan, the greatest of all time, they shut that down real quick.
Yes, and that's my whole point of what I'm saying. And I don't know if you ever hear a statement I made months ago. Yeah, I think you did hear the statement. I called Jerry Ice Reynolds on the phone.
No, I remember what you're talking about, yes.
And I talked to him about the things that are going on in the NBA, and this ain't got nothing to do with gambling. It's just the way how the players was taking advantage of the NBA system. Would this go on under David Stern watch? He said no.
No.
And it's and I think I'm talking about the number 6 taking his shirt off before the games and pregame with his shirt off. David Stern would never let that allow that. So it's a lot of leeway that has happened over the years that we have seen.
And David Stern even allowed, go ahead. Even David Stern even allowed guys like AI who had a very checkered history in the public eye.
I'm going to give you just something I do know. If you got a letter to show up, New York, you know you was in trouble.
Absolutely.
So you got to go in there and lower it up.
Absolutely.
You got to go in there representation. Now with Adam Silver, man, you just walk in there with goddamn flip-flops on. Hey, man, he gonna talk to you with a low voice.
Right.
Well, sir, you did this, do that. Please stop doing that. David Stern gonna say, you either gonna do it this way or you hit the highway.
Right.
Carmelo talked about that. Carmelo Anthony talked about that, about his career, how David Stern pulled him in and say, you either gonna play in this league or you can get out in the streets, right?
Right.
So, I do think there's a lot more to come in the next few weeks when it comes to this, I call it a probe.
Oh, it's more than a probe.
But it's just a lot of craziness going on. But I'm going to tell y'all this. There's one thing I'm going to tell you. It happened